Who am I? Our series on identity started last week when we began with the statement, I am who the I am says I am. Last week we examined what it means that we are created, how God made us on purpose, and that means our life has purpose. Genesis 1:26 and 27 read, Then God said, Let us make mankind in our image, in our likeness, so that they may rule. So God created mankind in his own image, male and female, he created them. Today, we take the next step as we realize part of the answer to the question of who am I is I am created in the image of God, and therefore I am valuable. What does it mean to be created in the image of God? Well, first, what does it not mean? First, it doesn't mean physical. God doesn't look like us. And second, we are not God. So what does it mean? Well, a few things. First, we were made for relationship. God made us in his image. God has existed eternally in a relationship called the Trinity. We were made for relationship with God, in relationship with God. In fact, Genesis 2 uses God's personal name 11 times, meaning God wanted to know us and be known by us. Second, there are things that are uniquely human. These are qualities unique to humans, which signify the connection between God and humanity, where we can access him uniquely because we are human and because we are in his image. Third, valuable. There's this thing called instrumental value and then intrinsic value. Instrumental value means you're valuable because of what you do, a means to an end. Intrinsic value is you are valuable because of who you are. You are valuable because you possess the image of God. Think of a pizza box. It's valuable not because of what it's made of, but because of what it possesses. It possesses pizza, and pizza is valuable. You are valuable, which means all forms of discrimination are wrong. Survival of the fittest makes right is one logical argument, but if we are created in the image of God, then everyone bears the image, everyone is valuable, and any discrimination or abuse of any kind is actually against God's image. Even those who think differently, act differently, date differently, dress differently, believe differently than us. To abuse or discriminate is wrong. The last thing this means is that we were created to rule and to create on behalf of God, based on what he has defined as good and evil. Instead, back in the Garden of Eden, we defined what was good and evil and made a mess of his creation. But in Jesus Christ, God limited himself to humanity and lives to show us how to rule his way, loving and serving our friends and our enemies. He allowed all the brokenness and consequences of that brokenness to kill him on the cross. When he resurrected from the dead, he offered us the power to live a new kind of humanity, his kind of humanity. And it's characterized by love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. In fact, this is how Revelation says the human story ends. God on the throne surrounded by his servants, but they are ruling. But all that is coming later in our series when we talk about being ambassadors of Christ and citizens of heaven. Who has God created you to be? What has he made you good at? What has he made you passionate about? The question becomes, once you answer that, how will you bear his image? Who am I? I am created in the image of God. I have worth and I have value, not because of what I do, but because of who I am. You are created. You bear God's image. You are valuable. You are loved.
Hi, my name is Zach Mullen, and I am valuable.